Hey everybody, Kenny here. Welcome back to Octopath Traveler 2 playthrough. Last time we completed essentially all of the side quests in the game. Unfortunately, as I tend to do, I figured something out. Well, I would say figure something out. It occurred to me as I was exporting the session that is our the most recent one in the timeline here. So the number 6 here. It occurred to me as I was exporting that video for YouTube that I wasn't like such like a trying to keep within my time limit and just get everything done and go. It occurred to me that almost certainly, like, the events that lead up to where we are in the side quest probably require us to have done the remaining story stuff first. So I'm going to, instead of loading this one, I'm going to load the one right before it, which will require us to refinish one of the side quests, which shouldn't be a tough one to do, because I think it's just the... Let's see. We look here. Yeah, we're done with Crestlands, done with Hineoma, done with Harborlands, done with Brightlands, done with Winterlands, done with Wildlands. Yeah, so we just have to finish Misha's next chapter, which we did last time, so we already know what to do. So we just need to talk to this guy here.
That was...
Get that extra lore. That stuff for good measure.
Much.
Talk to this dude here.
Hi.
Now we can go cap that off. Yeah, because the thing is that, like, because like, I wasn't even thinking in story terms, like, when we went and went to the island to do that. All that was in my head was, all right, it's the final side quest. It's the last thing I need to do before I can go and do this stuff. And it didn't even occur to me, like, there was no narrative thread for why it is that any of that happened. Which means that it almost certainly means that there is a narrative thread that has to do with whatever the final extra stories are.
I was...
Alright. That is done now. I don't remember if I looked at that last time. That is a pretty good piece of equipment. Alright. Also, another thing that we need to do now, and again, this is another thing that I'm able to do now because the fact that I just watched this on YouTube. As in, I just watched my session where I did this on YouTube. There actually is a battle-tested axe. It's right here. And I even mentioned it when I talked to this guy, and I just forgot. And so he has the battle-tested axe, which I completely forgot about. Buy that off him. Already have the bow. Need to get the spear off of Benkei here. This will have bow, spear, and axe. Then bow, spear, axe. I don't think there's any more on this side here. Know that shield is on the east continent. Dagger is on the east continent. Blade is on this side. Yeah. Blade is... yeah, right here. Okay, so they are still there at night.
Stand aside or fight. My turn. How's good? I still have much to learn.
I think last time I got his skill and replaced Mythical Boar with it. And it did come in handy. I guess let's go get that again real quick.
Raised. On your guard. Prepare yourself. Choose your next move wisely. I return your wrath. I return your wrath. I return your wrath twofold. I return your wrath.
What happened? Why isn't my controller working? Okay. Where would that happen?
Allow me. I can still fight. You fight dirty. My turn. Choose your next move wisely. Here I come.
Fight!
I return your wrath. I return your wrath twofold. Now it begins. I'll end this. I summon Brand, the Thunder Blade.
Die!
My friends, I've failed you. Impressive.
I thought I finished it in one last time. But maybe it was a crit. And that's what happened.
If on your guard, prepare yourself. Choose your next move wisely. I return your wrath. I return your wrath. I return your wrath twofold. Now it begins. You fight dirty. I return your wrath twofold. Prepare yourself. Choose your next move wisely. Now it begins. I return your wrath twofold.
Fight!
Prepare yourself. How's this? Now it begins. I return your wrath twofold. Prepare yourself. I fight for my friends. I summon Brand. Who's next? There's no need for flattery. It'll
Yeah, so it must have been a crit last time.
You still have much to learn. I look forward to using this.
Okay, so that's everything from this side. Now we just need, oh, no. Still one more. Where's Rush? Almost forgot about... Mr. Rock here. Okay, so now we have everything. Need shield, the dagger. Blade, we have the spear, we have the axe, we have the stave, we have the bow. Yeah, so we just need the dagger and shield.
That was...
Okay, so the last one is up here. Yeah, Witcher Bloom. There we go. Battle-tested gear. Gained all battle-tested equipment. Okay. Got that out of the way. Don't gotta think about that anymore. Now we will do this part. Closest thing will be Cropdale, I think. Yeah, Southern Cropdale Trail. I might actually be faster for Moore's Rush, maybe. Okay, so in this area, but south of where we are right now.
Howdy there, friend.
Here I go. Ah! Sacred flame, shine bright.
Yeehaw! All in a day's work.
Oh, I see. You gotta go into like the Starfall Cave, whatever it's called. Place where we got the cleric.
May I have this dance?
I'm... Catapult, go, go, go! Gotcha. Maybe next time.
Apparently, the place where we got the cleric thing is related somehow.
Stand aside or fight.
Here. Catapult, go, go, go! Ooh-wee. All in a day's work.
I'll do what I must.
Bring...
Ah, game crashed. Let's hope that saved at a good spot. Eastern Cropdale Trail. Okay. Did save us at a good spot. Okay, so it's not in here. What's it pointing at? Like, whatever it's pointing at is saying it's south of here. But on this map, how do you get... Where is this supposed to be? It's supposed to be... Fast travel back here. Oh, okay. Here we go. The journey for the dawn draws near. If you proceed, the actions you can take will be limited for a while. Any tales you wish to experience are best completed before the journey for the dawn. The choice is yours. You can still save your progress after this point, but saving in a different slot is recommended. Begin the tale?
The fire won't catch.
Let's give it another go, Agnia. Every failure brings us one step closer to success, eh?
Right. We just have to keep trying. We've brought firewood, you two. Thank you so much, Cassidy. Be careful. A fire's not worth getting wounded over.
If it's flames you want, I can do it.
Not so fast, partner. How else are we gonna work up a sweat?
Also, Articio is an innate fire user. Somehow that's not coming up.
If you insist on being so inefficient.
We're back. We didn't find any beasts lurking about.
But we did find this water. Goodness, physical labor has never really agreed with me.
There's nothing like a good meal after a hard day's work, Temenos.
Speaking of which, I wonder how the hunters are faring.
Heave! Ta-da! It's not a feast without a main course.
A feast? This is enough meat for a butcher shop.
I didn't think hunting would be so much fun.
You've got the stuff that great hunters are made of, Throne.
Ochette would know.
Oh, are you retiring from the cleaning business, Throne?
Quiet detective. Well then, I believe that's most everything. All that remains is...
Everyone's counting on us to light up their evening. It's time to get serious, Particio.
Right you are, Agnia.
Come on, Fire. You can do it!
We'll show this pile of sticks who's boss. There we go.
This will be a night to remember.
I think you might be right.
Now we feast.
This is... nice. Truth be told, this isn't where I imagined my journey would take me. I know what you mean.
As do I.
That's what makes journeys worth taking. You never know where you'll end up.
Oh, what's wrong? Are you cold?
Doubtless someone in Ku is gossiping about you at this very moment.
Perhaps they miss me as much as I miss them. My friends back home. I've learned much in our travels, and I hope I can use it to help my friends and nation.
I know you, Ohikari. And everyone's lives will be brighter for it.
Thank you.
Even after this journey ends, I'm going to keep on dancing around the world until I can dance no more.
Mind if I tag along? With Particio and Rock backing us, we can hop on a steam locomotive and bring smiles to every corner of the world.
That sounds amazing.
With one of those, you could save your feet for the important part, dancing. And I could extend a helping hand to places I've never even dreamt of.
Will you keep on with Air's apothecaries, Casti?
I want to resume my search for like-minded allies.
Now that's a dream I can get behind.
Yeah, me too.
I'm afraid there's one problem with this plan of yours. If you consider how many people there are in this world, then...
There's no room for logic in the realm of dreams, Professor.
Duly noted.
What'll you do, Oswald?
I have some unfinished business to conclude. There are many answers that have yet to be found.
Is that so? It's writ plain on your face. You're worried about your daughter.
For some reason, they mixed Oswald's voice much lower than everybody else's in this scene.
There's one answer found.
And what of you, Temenos? Have you found yours?
Almost. It's like a piece of meat stuck in between my teeth.
Ugh, I know what you mean. I hate that.
So, something's still troubling you, in other words?
Precisely.
So, your days as a detective aren't over yet, then. Well, I'm here if you need an assistant. Assuming you can afford me, that is.
My goodness. You're awfully greedy for an assistant. Even if I said yes, I'm sure you have your own path in mind.
I do. I want to go somewhere far away. To a place that isn't on any map. A place no one knows about.
A place none have laid eyes upon.
You all have such big hopes and dreams. I just want to feast every day. And to keep the people of Totohaha safe, of course. Should I be aiming higher?
Ah, seems like you've got some meat stuck in your teeth.
Don't worry, Ochet. That's a fine dream.
I suppose it is. Look! A shooting star!
And my guess is it's not going to be a shooting star.
I wonder what tomorrow will bring.
Surprised it was just a shooting star. So what tragic thing is about to happen that is the reason that they expect us to make another save after this? All of the sacred flames are burning out. I'm not sure why it was black and white for the other ones.
What was that? I had an odd dream.
Okay. So whoever, oh, I'm assuming whoever you picked as your main character is the one who has the vision. Because based on like the stories that everybody had, like the only one technically that should have had the dream is Ochette. She was the only one that got chosen by the flame.
There was a dark place, somewhere completely unfamiliar.
And a dark fire was blazing.
I saw the same thing.
Wait. Are you yanking my chain? I saw it too.
We all had the same dream. Could it be a coincidence?
I very much doubt that.
I feel as if I've seen that place somewhere before.
I slept like a baby full of milk, though. Huh. Is it still night?
Strange. Dawn should be upon us soon.
We should patrol the area.
I can barely see a thing.
The stars. They're all gone. And the sky is pitch black.
Something is amiss. This is no natural nightfall.
Oh, Chet?
I felt this. It's just like before. On your guard, everyone!
Something's coming, and it isn't friendly.
It's here.
I'm getting all fired up.
Hope you don't mind.
I'm just getting warmed up. Yeehaw! Let's do it! Bouncy, bouncy.
You fight dirty.
I've got just the cure.
I'm just getting warmed up. Catapult, go, go, go!
Time to shine! I can do whatever I set my mind to. Surprise! Sorry!
What was that?
Casty and I have seen beasts like that before.
At the time, we had no idea what they were. Their nature.
I've seen them too. The black aura resembles the one true magic wielded by Harvey. He called it the Shadow.
The shadow. What is it?
I cannot say for certain. Not now, in any case.
Mysterious monsters. Just what we need.
We know next to nothing of this phenomenon. Not even the extent of its reach.
Does this shroud cover only this forest? Or is it much larger?
Nothing for it but to check for ourselves.
On that, I agree.
They're gonna disable our fast traveling, aren't they?
Well, we need to do something.
Unfortunately, we lack the information to know just what that something is.
It seems it's too early to sheath my sword. Let us walk together a while longer, friends. Until the night's end.
Eternal night has ascended upon the world. The travelers decide to set out on a final journey to find the cause. Your destination will not be shown on the radar. Search for clues and find your heading. Meet travelers. You can change your formation at any time from the main menu. Thank you. Oh, good lord, why did it take so long for this to be added to the game? Walk astride your fellow travelers on an epic journey. We've been waiting a while and the sun still ain't rising. What in the world's going on? I don't know, but it's nothing good, that's for sure. If those strange monsters earlier were a product of this darkness, then we must figure out the cause of this long night, and soon. I couldn't agree more. First we search for the clues. Now you're talking. So, where do we start? Come on now. You must have some idea, right? Why don't we look for places like this one? What do you mean? I mean other areas shrouded in the shadow. There are more. Can't say for sure, but it's the only heading we have. Fair point. Standing still will get us nowhere. Let's start by searching for other places blanketed in darkness. Alright. Looks like it's time to hit the dusty trail once again. Go and set them up now without having to wait on that. We'll set Throny up again as an Arcanist. I'm sorry. She needs to be Conjurer first. Then she can make an Arcanist. She needs that SP. Okay. Is SP saver now? That's the first time I've noticed that. Hidden Blade has a chance to raise the target's physical attack. Not a chance to decrease it, chance to raise it. And with her, we just want her to have lots of SP. Lots of SP, HP, and elemental attack. Alright, so now she has tons of SP. The only thing we care about for her is something that increases her speed. The 110. Yes, 110's the highest. And just make her very evasive. Him, we have to give him just straight up HP stuff. Not gonna survive otherwise. I mean, he does need some SP. You need to give him that. That and the remaining empowering necklace. As well as the Stone of Truth. They're all set up. Just Menos. He's gonna be the tank, so... First off, let's give him... the other Blessing in the Skies. We give him Apione's thing. Put on the cursed gear. I think I remember there was one that gave defense. Oh, here it is. Lost Tribe's Blade. That's the one he needs. Got a bunch more defense while he's wearing that. Yeah. I mean, having him... I mean, he has this already. So that gives him plenty of extra elemental attack. I mean, it really doesn't matter what spear he has. Just needs to do okay damage. Alright, so now they're all set up. Don't have to worry about them anymore. And we're going to need to have Menos. Yeah, obviously all of them don't need evasive maneuvers. There we go. There was an HP one. I had almost forgotten about it. I don't know, but he hasn't leveled as a... Yeah. Hasn't leveled enough as... Well, he might have enough. No, but I spent enough time on that. Yeah, so we'll just do this. Good enough. Can we fast travel? Can. Okay. Yeah, so here seems to be the biggest... Oh, here also. And over here. So nowhere on this side here. We'll just head straight over to... Head over to Crack Ridge, see if...
I'll take.
There doesn't seem to be anything notable happening here. Okay. Now there's some here also. I mean, this the concentration might not mean anything. I mean, over here it definitely looks like it means something. I'm saying the other places might not mean anything. And I see. Okay, so here there's definitely something. You see if like all of the starting towns. Nope. So just Ores Rush. We head over to Feasting Village. No, nothing here. Despite all of the concentration here, it doesn't seem to mean anything. Yeah, so only this one seems to mean anything.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
But this smell, it's the scent of humans. They're frightened, hiding.
Someone's coming.
Mint!
Is that you, Temenos? Out for a stroll in a place like this? You always did have the habit of sticking your nose in places it doesn't belong.
A friend of yours, Temenos?
In a manner of speaking, but something's odd.
You failed to see what was in front of you. The shadow is ever by thy side.
Just what are you? This is an inquisition. Refuse to answer and...
Attempting to conquer others with threats of violence will always fail. Those who are subdued by strength cannot help but rebel. To conquer them, truly conquer them, you must subjugate their hearts and minds. Hearken to the shadows in their heart.
What are you talking about?
People are desperate for a place to belong. Give it to them, and they cannot bear to live anywhere else. And then, their hearts and minds are yours.
Their hearts and minds?
Humans are foolish by their very nature. Centuries pass, and yet they remain the same.
Bold words for someone so young.
Surrender yourself not unto silent dusk, for the light shall fade, and soon night shall fall.
The teachings of the Moonshade Order. No, it can't be.
Since you are so dogged in your search for the truth, allow me to help you. My true name is Arcanet, and I am the leader of the Moonshade Order. The same order that slaughtered the Call. All so that I could steal the flame.
That's impossible. The massacre of the Call was decades ago, and the Moonshade Order's origins are older still.
It's not impossible. There are old souls out there that hide behind youthful faces.
Thanks to Caldina's efforts, the Book of Night is now in my possession. That girl was so eager to be a puppet. She didn't realize the strings were held by her sworn enemy.
The Pontiff knew who you were. He was going to tell me, but his life was cut short.
I had hoped you would be more stricken. How dull. Such has ever been your nature. Your face always a placid mask. But I suppose it matters not. This world's end draws nigh.
That staff.
Once, long ago, night was invited into the world. But a loathsome few drove it away. Those events will not repeat themselves again.
You stole the futures of untold innocence.
Did I? Then you should thank me. This world is cruel, monstrous, with not a single mote of joy to be found amongst the misery. Don't you see? Roy, Pontiff Jorg.
Just had to wait for the alarm to go by.
Yes, and even Crick. They knew. They knew the beauty of a dawn that would never come.
Quiet. I won't allow you to sully their names with such blasphemy. You will answer for your sins, Arcanet. And I'll ensure the world they hoped for comes to pass.
At last, Temenos' mask falls off.
What a grand old stage!
Here goes.
Oh dear.
Prepare yourself. I'm waiting.
All right. Hope you don't mind.
Here I go.
Axe attack.
My turn. Allow me.
Now then. Hope you don't mind. Now.
You're a star, Agnia. Bouncy, bouncy.
My turn.
Your essence is mine.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Yeah, so it's either elemental or, well, I mean, there's got to be elemental ones in there, but either all elemental or bow. all elemental then.
Here I go. I've got just the cure.
I'm waiting. It can't be.
Coming right up.
All right. The winds of favor bless you now.
Here I go. No mercy, only pain. Axe attack.
Agnia. I'm waiting.
Bring it on. Coming right up.
It's my turn now. Hope you don't mind.
Well now. Axe attack.
And soon night shall fall.
Bring it on. How about you and I make a deal? I'm just getting warmed up. Hot, ain't it? Nice.
Now then. The winds of favor blow.
Prepare yourself.
Can't do dagger, fire, or wind. I don't really need him to, though. Have him bide.
What to do, what to do.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Let's do it! Catapult, go, go, go! I ain't one for holding back.
It's my turn now. Together! You won't want to miss this! Surprise! I did it!
Prepare yourself. I fight for my friends. I'm sorry.
What to do, what to do.
It's my turn now. Soften up a little.
Here goes. I got. Yeehaw! Let's do it.
50,000 for the foreign assassins.
Let's get to work.
Thank you.
Here I come.
Now I wish I had remembered to remove Articio's limiter.
I'm waiting.
Well now. Your essence is mine!
Oh dear.
Here goes. Here's a shot.
Thank you.
It's my turn now. The winds of favor blow.
My turn. Your essence is mine!
Prepare yourself. I'm waiting. Now it begins. How's this?
Here goes. Progress.
Here I go.
Time to shine. The winds of favor blow.
Ah, darn.
Oh
Not bad.
no. All right. Hope you don't now.
Whoa, time
Well
out.
now. I've got just the cure.
Strike. I've got now.
And soon night shall fall.
Now then. I can do whatever I set my mind to. Surprise! Sorry!
I'm just getting warmed up. How about you and I make a deal? Yeehaw! I see right through you.
Well now.
Prepare yourself.
Bring it on.
Now then. Soften up a little.
Prepare yourself.
What to do? What?
You did well, Casti. I fight for my friends. How's this?
I'm just getting warmed up. Yeehaw! Let's do it! Arrow of Fortui! Maybe next time.
And so we arrive at this moment. Are you truly so desperate to see the dawn? I see now that the Pontiff was not the true threat. It was you, Temenos. You, a dagger sharpened to a razor's edge. Claude's masterwork. I can see it.
Yeah, it does make sense. White hair Temenos.
A collar around that thin neck of yours.
A collar?
You will never be free. Even if I fall here, nothing will end. And there, always near. Soon, night shall fall.
Farewell, Mint. Your days of meddling are over.
Soon night shall fall. From the looks of it, it already has.
If this isn't night, then...
Yeah, so we've only completed one part of whatever's going on. I'm just to confirm, let's go to the church. Level 51 area now. Mackenzie's journal. Did you write this? Aldner asked. I immediately ripped the book out of his grasp, and he shrank back a little, surprised at my strength. I couldn't believe that he of all people had gotten his hands on my hidden script. Aldner had been acting from a young age and was already doing quite well for himself. I, too, had longed for the stage since I was a child, but ended up working at my parents' candle shop instead. Even so, I hadn't been able to give up on my writing. It became my secret pastime. I hadn't shown my scripts to anyone, though, afraid that their response would confirm just how talentless I was. I screwed my eyes shut in embarrassment, preparing myself for his ridicule of my silly script, but... Would you mind if I performed this? He asked. Let out a strange gasp, completely caught off guard. Be ashamed not to. Why don't we show it off at the next Festival of Grace? Taken aback by the proposal, I was overjoyed to know that someone appreciated my writing. I nodded in agreement and decided to make it a performance to remember. Despite it being Aldner's idea, I realized I was even more excited than he was. I even began composing musical scores for the show. I love you, Mary. Those words caused my heart to race and my hands on the harp to stop. What's wrong? Aldner asked as he peered into my face with concern. I realized that he no longer looked like the brat who had tormented me with insects in our youth. Still, I knew that the words he spoke were not his own. I had been the one to write them, after all. Half a month before the Festival of Grace, his performance was all but perfect. I couldn't help but wonder when he found the time to practice after his normal work. I, on the other hand, was struggling to think of a fitting ending to the script and worked late into the night. Unable to ignore my struggles, Aldner pulled me away from his desk and whisked me into the town late at night. The gods are all ours now, he told me. We snuck into an empty church. Not long after, I was struck by inspiration, perhaps by the grace of the sacred flame. Aldner watched quietly as word upon word flowed from the tip of my pen. By the time I was finished, dawn was breaking. As Aldner read the script, his face was more serious than ever. My heart pounded in my chest, though not out of nervousness. Once he finished, he smiled softly. Will you marry me? He asked, and I let out another strange gasp. Had I written that line? No. This time, those words were Aldner's own. Proposals always had a way of bringing me unraveled joy. My heart warmed at the sight of his smile and the thought of performing the script we had written together. How I wished that happiness would last a lifetime. Alas, I watched as the clerics carried his casket, and sobs filled the air around me. I laid him to rest with our script and his beloved yellow flowers. No, I thought to myself, this wasn't the ending I had envisioned. The day after I finished the script, I woke up to find my love cold beside me. According to the apothecary, Aldner's heart had failed him. I wondered if work was to blame. Why hadn't I noticed? I killed him. I pushed him too hard. It was all my fault. All my fault. Unable to bear the guilt, I pushed his death from my mind, carried on as usual. But whenever I remembered my beloved, I clenched my jaw so hard I thought my teeth would break. One day I found myself in front of a church, the same place Aldner and I swore our love to each other, and a single cleric came to speak with me. Sadness is something that builds up inside us. Holding it all in will do nothing but destroy you, she told me. Please let it out. You don't need to endure it any longer. Moved by her warmth, I spoke of everything that I had buried deep inside of me. She listened to every word and at the end embraced me gently. All of my guilt and sadness were washed away by her kindness. Then one day my feelings of Aldner disappeared, and all that was left was her. One day I saw her with another woman and feared that she would leave me. Knowing I had to secure my place in her world, I told her that I would do whatever she asked of me. She smiled gently in response and said, I want you to find the blue flames, wherever they may be in this world. I left on my journey soon thereafter. My parents cried and tried to stop me, but I pushed them away. Unfortunately, I barely knew the area outside of my own home, let alone the whole world. Not long after, I met with a traveling troupe. They claimed to be bringing smiles to every corner of the realm. So I joined them, and the search began. That's how I found it. Blue flame she was looking for. It was on an isle at the edge of the world. I could only imagine how pleased she'd be. I was sure she'd let me stay at her side. Oh, how I adore Sister Mint. I love you, Tasney. Kenzie, she said. Her warm voice reverberated in my head. She then handed me an old tome called The Book of Night. Recommended that I read it. So I did, right then and there. It was a story of people who did not long to see the dawn. I'd never read such an incredible tale before. As I looked up from its pages, she smiled at me. I realized that there was no greater happiness to be had than reading a wonderful book and seeing Sister Mint smile. In my mind, no brighter dawn awaited. Yes, I've no need for the dawn. It can all end here and now. I mean, isn't Tasney... Maybe I'm getting the names confused, but isn't that Agnea's mom? Guess we need to find something to rekindle the flames. And go in there. So we need to find a flame to rekindle flames that went out. So nothing here. Maybe if we go out onto... And he's not here.
Here I come.
Bring it on. Catapult, go, go, go. Gotcha.
All right. Yeah. There. I owe you one.
Now it begins. How's this? Good. For the pride of Ku.
Man, I don't think the hired help is based on his attack. I think it's safe to remove the summon strength. Yeah, because instead of that, we want him to have... deal more damage. Okay. Yeah, so it's not here. I hear you there. Do they want us to go in there? Is that what's happening?
Howdy there, friend. I'm just getting warmed up. Don't... Catapult, go, go, go! Gotcha!
What to do, what to do.
Huh? Your essence is mine. All right. Hope you don't mind. Sorry. Thank you.
Let's have ourselves a showdown. Bring it on. Yeehaw! Let's do it. Catapult, go, go, go! Ooh-wee.
Here I come. Allow me.
Now then.
Okay. Only weak against elements.
Yeah. Hope you don't mind. I did it. I wasn't expecting that.
Journal fragment. I did it. I finally got hired as a scrivener. And for the Delta Times, too. All the world's information flows through a newspaper. River of facts alongside a paper water wheel. Endless procession of scoop. Scoop, scoop. As a journalist, I'll dash about the world investigating, uncovering, and breaking news. What better way for me to carry out my mission? Okay, so... like the reporter girl... like her brother was one of the... well, maybe. Either this is going to be telling us that her brother was one of, like, the cultists or whatever. And then, you know, he died or whatever. Or they're saying that, like, the reporter girl and her brother were part of the cow. And so, like, she became part of the cultists in order to avenge her brother's death. I've thought about this a lot, and everyone has some fact they're hiding. Vast sums of knowledge locked in noggins the world over. How to crack open those repositories and acquire those tasty secrets within. That's the rub, of course. As I am now, I doubt I have the dexterity to pick any of those cranial locks. I was raised in isolation, always out of the loop, hiding quietly on the outskirts of society. There is a positive way to spin that, though. Spend all the time that I wasn't talking to people observing them. Here's what I learned. People let their guard down around cute little animals. A scowling guard captain will play cuddly coo with an adorable puppy and soon confess all his gripes to the precious thing. And so I will become the puppy. I'll wag my little doggy tail, act the part of a friendly little non-threatening furball, slide right into people's confidences. My brother may be the soaring eagle with his bird's eye view, but I'll be sharp-eyed hound keeping my nose to the ground, sniffing out every last detail I find. Yep. My oldest memory is crimson, ray of bright red droplets and a harrowing scream, a crowd fleeing in all directions, enemy soldiers mercilessly cutting down innocents. Some of them even laughed as they did it. Amidst this, I was a stone, still in my tender years. I neither cried nor wept nor cowered, but merely watched the chaos unfold. Being raised in a war-torn land does things to an impressionable mind, and I suppose something had already broken inside me. I would have died that day, cut down like the rest, were it not for my brother. His cunning carved a path for us out of that hellish place. My brother is brilliant, so much so that the enemy king spared him if he would serve. Yet despite his genius, despite how shrewd the plans he proposed were, in their attempt to avoid bloodshed, blood always flowed. Humans steal, they kill, they take their lives, they take and they take and they take. Lives, possessions, land. It's the state of nature, a simple fact in our existence. My brother and I have seen so much together, and we've both reached the same conclusion. The world doesn't deserve to see another dawn. The life of man is nasty, brutish, and ugly. Why not make it short? Okay, so I just had a different I re-examined mentally re-examined the previous note. I think they're saying that Kazan, Kakari's friend, is her brother. I need her on our side. I need you to convince her that's a good idea. Brother's face was flushed as he handed me a letter addressed to Raimei. Perhaps he'd been in his cups. Yep. Didn't need to ask him why he would be celebrating the fundraising in Montwise. Why he would be celebrating. The fundraising in Montwise was going swimmingly. On my way home, I spotted Hikari. He's the key to everything in Ku. If our machinations go according to plan, the brother will get what he's after. I doubt Hikari has a clue who I am. Another tactic proposed by my brother dearest. No prior familiarity with me will help move things along down the line, but Hikari doesn't know anything about me. I certainly know a lot about him. Hikari has another side to him, a second personality that my brother says was born from his family's cursed lineage. Somewhere in the past, Clan Ku's blood mingled with that of the infamous Archmage Darkest, sparking a history of war and strife. A more odious bloodline I do not know. As I passed Hikari in secret for a moment, I felt as if our eyes met. His gaze was steady and true, just as it was when he was a boy. How had that big spark in his eyes not dimmed over time? He had seen the same horrors I had, been through the same terrible war.
Are you my next patient? Well now. Huh? Sacred flame. Ah, there.
Time to shine! Surprise! Sorry! Even if I stumble, I'll get back up.
This is bad. Hikari was captured before I had the chance to deliver my brother's letter to Raimei. If Hikari is killed, it'll ruin everything. We'll have to start over from scratch. Raimei calls the fortress of Stormhail its home. Oldest place in Celestia, and I hate it. Time is of the essence. Yet this frigid blizzard is battering me about like a leaf in the wind. If only I could take 2 steps without being blown 3 back. By the time I finally reached Stormhail, Hikari had already been released. I only assume he managed to sway Raimei on his own. I handed my overdue missive, one of Raimei's retainers, and quickly put that chilly place behind me. Oswald is sentenced to life imprisonment. It took me a moment to process the judge's verdict. I blinked, doubting my ears. What was going on here? He was supposed to be executed, wasn't he? I ran as fast as I could to find Harvey. Should have known. That swine had stuffed leaves into the judge's pocket to bribe him into decision. Why? I want to see him in the power I want him to see the power of my perfected magic. That was his reason. Blighted fool. Pride. Worthless pride. We need the Book of Demons complete. What if Oswald somehow finds a way to interfere? When I gave my report to my brother, he simply said, just watch the spectacle unfold. Apparently, my brother had already taken Harvey's massive ego into account when he made his contract with the man. If that's the case, then I suppose this isn't a problem after all. Regardless, I should hurry to gather what information I can about Frigid Isle. Concealed myself among the chattering students and slipped into Harvey's lecture. The Book of Demons is nearly complete, so he was in a jovial mood. When I saw my chance, I gave Harvey the news. Oswald had tried to escape Frigid Isle and died in the attempt. I thought the news would throw his high spirits off a cliff. Instead, he just started giggling. It was creepy. When he finally settled down, he merely said, "Need to repair for my guess a rifle." Vanished back into the laboratory, humming cheerfully all the while. Like he thinks Oswald is alive. Is Oswald alive? Can't be, and yet, if so, then he will come here to find Harvey and seek his vengeance. Wait, this could be perfect. I doubt Harvey will honor our agreement and hand over the Book of Demons without a fuss. If I can set those two against each other, it might create the perfect opportunity to slip in and swipe the book. I wonder if my brother had predicted this too. Harvey has left for a dusk-ruined shrine. The remains of Dark Mage Darkest will provide the final pieces Harvey needs. The Book of Demons will soon be complete. I found a nice cozy place to conceal myself, and sure enough, Oswald showed up, just as predicted. You fought it out, and I was able to retrieve the Book of Demons in the wake of their battle. There was one surprise, however. Harvey escaped alive. What was that bright flash of magic? A glimpse of force that may dwarf even that of the Book of Demons? That girl, did you have some special power within her? Oswald entrusted the girl Elena to his assistant before setting off on a journey. Like Alpates, the blood of the Lumina family runs in Elena's veins. I need to continue monitoring her to watch for suspicious signs. Day after day, Elena sits at her desk and pours herself into her studies. Diligent girl, I suppose, but I am curious as to why her brow sometimes wrinkles and she cradles her head in her hands. Still, her eyes are bright and her gaze seemingly set on some happy goal far off in the distance. A marked difference from when I saw her in Harvey's company. There was only worry and fear in her eyes then. My heart nearly leapt out of my throat when I heard the assistant's voice suddenly ring out behind me. "Can I help you, miss?" I immediately turned and tried to distract and dissemble with my tried and true cover story. Can I interest you in a newspaper subscription? You smiled then, eyes warm, but I sensed keen suspicion burning deep within those friendly eyes. I will not underestimate her again. No one else has ever noticed me when I didn't want to be found. I'll need to abandon my surveillance. Too risky. Besides, I've seen nothing suspect in all the time I've watched Elena. Might as well move on to the more important matters. Well, here I am in Candlebreen. Word is that I can find someone who has lost pages of the Book of Night. Who has the lost pages of the Book of Night's original manuscript. Aldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, seems to be moving as Arcanet predicted and assembling these pages. There's a potential problem, however. A nosy inquisitor named Tebeno seems to have caught wind of all this. Arcanet has her eyes on him, but I can only pray he doesn't make any problems for us. I need to be careful not to draw his attention too. The Book of Night is close to being fully restored. Once it is, I'll need to move quickly to retrieve it and fulfill my mission. Allying myself with Arcanet was merely the easiest means to that end. My brother did tell me to be wary of her, however. He was quite forceful about it. I wonder why. Good lord, there's so many of these. Aldina, captain of the Sacred Guard, is driven by a lust for vengeance. To achieve that end, she seeks to make the power of the shadow her own, and with the restored Book of Night in hand, she set out for the Twilight Shrine. Naive dream of avenging her people will never become a reality. Why, you ask? Because the right Arcanet taught her is purposely flawed. So there I was, hiding in the shadows of the Twilight Shrine and waiting for the perfect opportunity. Lo and behold, Aldina's right went awry. She transformed into a most hideous form. No one told me I'd have to deal with some horrible monster. It's above my pay grade. Luckily, I had no need to fear. That Temenos showed up and handled Caldina's problem for me. I suppose Darkanet was behind this as well. What a puppet master. Bravo. I finally understand why my brother warned me to keep an eye on her. I stepped down to the ritual site after Temenos made his exit and retrieved the Book of Night. All that's left is combine it with the Book of Demons, and we'll be able to complete the Dark Blood Grimoire. Here I am, grand old Timberain, just in time for the coronation ceremony. Word on the street is that an apothecary named Trousseau is going to reign on the parade with a storm infused with shadow energy. His goal, and I quote, is to extend a hand to save all in need. What a nice notion. Let's rewind the clock. It was 1 year ago that Trousseau lost hope in the future and started down this path. He was out gathering medicinal herbs when he stumbled into Lost Seed. There he met Claude, who gave him the Book of Night. Claude was disappointed with the encounter, it seems. He had swayed Trousseau to his side, but couldn't persuade an apothecary in the man's company. With a regretful sigh, he told me that his other apothecary's eyes were filled with motherly strength, deep wells of kindness that belied a sense of fierce determination. Are they saying that Trousseau met Claude and Cassie was with him at the time? That Cassie went to Lost Seed? When did this happen? My brother made a deal with Harvey. Craft the Book of Demons, an evil tome said to imbue with the magic of Darkest himself. Why, you ask? Well, my dear diary, because we need it to restore the Dark Blood Grimoire. The rub here is that neither my brilliant brother nor even Claude knows how to make this tome. Thus, the need for Harvey. The one thing my brother does know is that the remains of Darkest are a key component. When I shared that vital tidbit, Harvey smiled. That's all I needed. Sounds like he was already most of the way there. He's a valuable asset, so we'll do everything we can to assist him. Harvey has an unhealthy obsession with a scholar named Oswald. No, let's call it what it is. A severe inferiority complex. Harvey told me he'd gladly give up the Dawn if it meant he could best that man. We let Harvey read the Book of Night in order to pull him into our intrigues. But honestly, I think it wasn't necessary. That bottomless well of envy in his gut, properly manipulated, would likely have been motivation enough. Besides, I don't trust him. No normal person can fathom that twisted mind of his. I met a merchant today in Clockbank, an honest fellow with laughing eyes named Particio. He's boasted that he'll rustle up 80 billion leaves and buy the rights to the steam engine from its current owner, Mr. Rock. Then he'll give the technology away to everyone. When pressed on why, he said, "Things like this should be shared with the whole world." Articio confuses me. If I can borrow that ruthless Rock's words, it is human nature to take from others and give unto oneself. Despite his noble declarations, I'm sure Particio will prove himself no different. Greed and self-interest will win out in the end. They always do. Still, I'm vaguely curious how his story will play out. I'll follow this Particio, though I'll keep my expectations low. Placing your faith in others only gets you betrayed in the end.
Stand aside or fight.
Yeehaw! Let's do it! Catapult, go, go, go!
Now, yeah. There, I did it! I'm feeling all better. I wasn't expecting that.
Articio's gone and done it. He has gone and done it. He's humbled Rock and actually wrested the rights to the steam engine from that greedy tycoon. Still, that's nothing compared to what he did next. He actually gave it away, just as he said he would. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. He's lived up to that grandiose statement and then some. The heat of his passion even melted Rock's icy heart. And I didn't think the desert sun was hot enough to do that. So taking a step back, what Particio did is impossible, unimaginable, inconceivable. I've observed countless people in my time, and to date, every one of them is motivated to varying degrees of self-interest. People are always willing to step on others to achieve their own interests. With Particio, is he truly different? Is he someone who can at last transform this dark, ugly world into something wonderful? What do you think, brother? Welcome to my humble castle. That was how he greeted me when I arrived in Nocid, before he took me on a casual stroll through the rotting mausoleum of a town. I struggled not to gag on the stench of death and decay, all the while him smiling and breathing deep as if taking in the airs of a tranquil mountain meadow. This ghastly man's name is Claude, and he is the descendant of the infamous mage Darkest. It is said that his notorious grandfather gave him a taste for blood of the malevolent god of darkness, Vide, frighteningly enough, while he was still in the womb. As a result, the man is blessed with eternal youth. With the blood of Darkest and Vide within his veins, Claude's fate was to become the dark god's vessel, and yet he rejected his destiny and instead chose to pass that honor on to his offspring. For our part, we don't care who the vessel is, just that we have one. Claude, however, seems to have preferences in the matter. Preferences. Bah. The man sired countless children with countless women and set his progeny on each other's throats. For the bloody victor go the ultimate spoils. I shivered as he looked me up and down, his eyes seeming to pierce my very soul. It was as if he was seeking to plant a murderous seed inside me too. When he handed me the dark blood staff, he told me that the woman who stole it for him has a lot of potential. His words. My purpose in Nocid fulfilled, I hurried out of there. Can't wait to hand off the staff to Arcanet and let her handle the cathedral's sacred flame. Dear Diary, today I met with Petrichor, a woman known as the Dark Hunter. I'd introduced her to Professor Harvey several years ago at Arcanet's request. He was talkative today and had this to say. I met Arcanet when I was young, and it was then that I swore myself to her service. Ever since, I have hunted for her and her alone, even slaying the legendary monster known as the Guardian of the First Flame at her behest. Sometimes I hunted people too, like the time I came to possess the dark blood bow. Once again, my lady has use of me, so I gladly obey. And not long, and when she was finished, she showed me a monster. This beast, which she had captured in Totohaha, looked at me with eyes filled with loathing for all that walked on this earth. I asked her what it was. She told me that the result of years of brutal conditioning and a healthy dose of Harvey's science for good measure. The result, an abomination crafted through repeated and horrifying experiments. I nodded again. A soul this steeped in despair would surely prove to be a great source of power. Seems that leaving the flame of Totohaha in her care could prove no issue. I wonder if it's Alpione. So Alpione actually killed Cataracta. Can't believe it. How did Particio turn that economic desert into... Can't believe it. How did Particio turn that economic desert of a town into a hopping commercial hub? That business idea of his was inspired. I must admit that watching Alron's apartment store come to life woke something warm inside me. I told Particio that the world's filled with people groaning under the weight of 1,000 problems. Fresh ideas like this that bring a ray of joy into troubled lives. For once, I really truly meant what I said. I should never have poured my heart out in public like that. Suppose my declaration was proof that he's cracked my emotional defenses and convinced me to believe in him. In my defense, he's really something else. Before I knew it, I was promising to help. Truth is, I'm excited to see what magic he'll pull out of his Particio hat next. Guess what, dear diary? This is the first time I've ever helped someone for something that wasn't directly related to my mission. Let me stop for a moment and also appreciate the fact that he convinced the Elrond to invest 80 billion leaves in him. 80 billion. The question is, will Particio prove to be a man of his integrity? Will he truly use those leaves to help the world? Not just to line his own pockets. Just a bit longer. Only a bit, mind. I find myself needing to see what he does next. Statue of Alifan, the Scholar King. There are words carved into the base. O inheritors of our will, let the mirror shine and kindle a fire in your heart to chase away the darkness. Statue of Bifilgin the traitor. There are words carved into the base. O inheritors of our will, let the mirror shine and kindle fire in your heart to chase away darkness. Why is this one glowing? Sacred flame has been doused. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Well, interest.
So maybe the concentration is for these things?
Here I come.
Now it be. How's the youth been exposed?
Bring it on. Catapult, go, go, go! Ooh-wee.
What? Your essence is mine! I know no cure for evil.
Okay. There's something here.
Here I come.
Catapult, go, go, go!
Curses. Time to shine. Yeah, this is what it means to be a star. Surprise?
My. How's the good? For the pride of Ku.
Let the show begin. It's my...
If I'm just thinking, that means that you need to take out the Shadow Hunter for that. Took out Arcanet for Temenos. You have to take out Kazan for Kazan for Hikari. Like, I'm thinking that the reason that the merchant statue was glowing is that Articio gave faith to the newspaper girl. So she chose not to, she chose to like leave her path. So like that's why that one's glowing, so we don't have to fight her. I mean, apparently Harvey survived somehow. Not sure how, but apparently Harvey survived, so we need to kill Harvey again for Oswald. If we do that, then both of those statues should be glowing. I'm guessing that... What's his name? Claude. I'm guessing that Claude isn't dead, and so we have to kill him again. The Throne. Although we haven't gone to wherever the... like whichever one of these has the thief statue. Or maybe not. So maybe the thief one and... Yeah, maybe the thief one. No, because the scholar one definitely was inert. Maybe the thief one and yeah. So maybe just the thief one and the merchant one. Like we're done on the just for completing the story. Just the others that we need to take care of, and that's why that cutscene wasn't as long as it could have been. Like the one where like it was showing all of the flames going out.
Together now! Surprise! Sorry! Thank you!
I just remembered something. Yeah, you're wearing the bodyguard's vantage, and you should also be wearing the butler's tailcoat for the additional critical.
Well, time to get down to business.
Twisted spawns and grotesque monster.
I'm waiting.
Now then. The winds of favor blow.
I'm just getting warmed up. How's that?
Here I go. Axe attack. This will hurt.
Bring it on. Catapult, go, go, go!
Here I go. Axe attack now.
All right. You won't want to miss this. Hope you don't. I did it.
My turn. Choose your next move wisely. I return your wrath twofold. I return your wrath twofold.
I'm just getting warmed up. I see right through you.
Now it begins. It's over.
Now then. Soften up a little.
Here I go. I have a talent for making these hands. A pinch of this and
Thank you kindly, Cassidy.
my turn. These hands. Your essence is mine.
Bring it on. Let's get to work.
I'm feeling all better. Now then.
Okay, so him being able to break the damage limit doesn't affect his hired help.
You won't want to miss this. Surprise.
My turn. I'll end this. Allow me. Good. For the pride of Ku.
Okay, so Apothecary doesn't need anything. This doesn't finish the Hunter. So Apothecary... Apothecary and Merchant, we don't have to do anything about. Yeah, we've been going for way too long. Like, I can't keep on with this. So we just call it here. And the next one we'll go and head for the Tranquil Grotto. After that one, we'll check the Sinking Ruin. And Lost Seed. Maybe the Seed of the Water of the Water Sprite. Yeah, that's just where we did the like Agnea's singer tournament, dancer tournament thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what else counts for this. Yeah, I would think that it's only the places where there's the big buildup, but if that were the case, then there aren't enough places to go and fix whatever's going on. We'll figure that out next time. It is late. Thanks everybody for stopping by, checking me out. Enjoying the playthrough, appreciate doing the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Evictus, Fires and Amaris, and bye. I mean, we'll keep this save. I'll just keep that as what is previous to this one. Have a good night, everybody.